Okay, my friends, coming at you with the little message today that I think you're going to enjoy. You may not enjoy it. Your kids may not enjoy it, but I darn sure think you should let them listen to it. Let everybody you know listen to it. It's going to pack a little punch. So, my wife and I we're just wrapping up a remodel. The entire downstairs, basically, we had remodeled. And it kind of threw our life upside down a little bit, threw us a little adversity. Well, first off, let me back up. When you have a nice roof over your head and you decide to remodel it yourself and make it even better, kids, guess what? That's not adversity. Mom and Dad, that's not adversity. But long story short, we had to do things like wash dishes in the upstairs bathroom and had a few meals out of the microwave. Brutal stuff, right? Oh, man. Anyway, long story short, the job is done. Well, the house is, you got stuff packed in this room and that room, and it's a little bit of a hot mess, even though the contractors are done. Well, we're trying to reorganize. A lot of trash. We're doing a lot of purging. A lot of stuff to be done. Long story short, on Sunday, we did a full-blown work day. I mean, we organized the garage. We organized the back trash area that had a lot of extra trash. Closets and just a lot of work. We're just moving and grinding. Well, I grew up on a farm, hundreds of acres. My wife grew up, Dad had a business, grew up small town Muncie, Texas. My wife and I, we know how to work. You can't outwork us. You can match us, but you can't outwork us. We worked our butt off growing up. It's in our fabric. It's in our freaking DNA. Oh, man, we'll work. And don't mind the work. It's just part of life. No harm, no foul. Our kids and a lot of other kids in this country and other countries, they're not in situations where there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So as parents, we have to create those situations. And every now and then when the work is there to be done, it's got to become, listen, I don't want to be edgy or like controversial, but listen, the pissheads out there need to freaking work. They got to be injected into situations where it's like, whoa, this is going to be a lot of work. This is going to be a grind. And here's what happens. They're going to grumble. I probably grumbled when I was a young pisshead. But it became a part of what I earned the right to have some playtime or to some screen time or whatever. That stuff was all earned. What came when I got up out of bed on a Saturday, Sunday morning, it's family time, which means we're going to be doing some work. I'm going to bust my ass to get some stuff done for the family. My family comes first. Hard work comes first. Our kids are in a situation where we have to create that. My wife and I have to consciously say, we've got to create situations where there's some hard work that has to be done. We're doing our kids a major disservice. If they make it from 0 to 18 and they do not ever have to work their butts off every now and then and grind and do something that's challenging and it looks a little overwhelming, when they're first presented with the job, they're like, oh, this looks like, this almost seems impossible. Guess what? There's nothing impossible. It all gets done. Our damn garage was a complete floor-to-ceiling disaster. It kind of became the storage area, and it was a shit show, for lack of better terms. And you walked in there, and I was like, son, we're going to clean this up. And then my daughter woke up finally. I said, well, you're going to help. It's like, whoa, can this even be done? Well, guess what? Dad goes freaking Tasmanian devil. Let's go. When it's a project, I dive in. It's a big event. It's like this daunting looking task. Yancy takes on the mindset again because of the awesome opportunities. That's how I look at it now. The awesome opportunities that my parents provided for me. I see those situations and I'm like, let's freaking get it. Let's go. So that's how my mind refuses to say this looks like an almost impossible task. I just refuse to see it that way. I'm like, I have something to conquer. So I'm coaching my kids on that. And again, you're going to get resistance. They're like, this doesn't seem normal. Well, if you create enough situations, let's say you live in suburbia, United States, or you live in the city, or there's just not a lot, there's not 200 acres like Nancy grew up on with lots of jobs to do. You have to create them. And when they're there, it may be doing the freaking dishes and cleaning the kitchen and cleaning the room and everything else. You've got to teach them the value in that, and that's got to come first. Respecting the home, respecting the roof over their head, respecting the vehicles, the garage, their bedroom, their living spaces, respecting the yard, respecting all the space. So what happens is when they get their first job, I tell my kids all the time, it's very easy to get ahead in life. After 1 week of employment, always remembering that nobody forced you to work there. You said you want to work there. No bitching and complaining, not allowed. After 1 week of employment, you want your boss Bill or Susie saying, damn, I don't even know how I existed before Lily and Scout got here. That's two of the hardest workers I've ever seen in my life. That's what you create. There's nothing he or she can throw at you that you can't conquer. And hell, a couple years later, hell, you may still be in college. You may be managing the damn place. Hell, you may be in high school, supervising or something because you freaking kicked ass and took names. Create situations for your kids. Create hard moments. Create work for them. Jobs that take them hours to complete. I swear to you, they will benefit. Do not baby them. Do not pamper them. Do not make it easy for them because they are going to become piss poor employees. They're going to have trouble holding down jobs. They're not going to be marketable, to the point where it's like they're moving up and the people are like, God, you need this person on your team. They're a rock star. Launch them off when they're 18 with a great platform. They're standing on this amazing platform and they cherish and value hard work, and they will outwork anybody. Like everybody else is working hard, like they are lifting the standard. I always tell my kids, I'll finish on this. You got 3 choices in life. Go to work for somebody else and be a pain in the ass, lazy person. Go to work for somebody else and kick ass and take names and climb the ladder. If you don't want to do one of those 2 things, you start your own job, you start your own business. That's the only 3 options. You got to earn a living. Let's go.